you are joining from. Ẹ káàbọ̀, ẹ kú ojúmọ́ o. Nílé lóko níbi tẹ́ bá ti ń gbọ́ wa, ojúmọ́ ire, ojúmọ́ ayọ̀, ojúmọ́ àlàáfíà ni ò jíńjà. Ẹ kú ojúmọ́ rẹ̀ nílẹ̀kùn amazing nature. Ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ kú ojúmọ́ níbi gbogbo tẹ́ bá ti ń gbọ́ wa. Ojúmọ́ ire ni o, ojúmọ́ ayọ̀ ni, ojúmọ́ ìdùnnú ni o. From United Kingdom, ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ kú ojúmọ́. Ṣé dáadáa la bá yín láàárọ̀ yìí? Ẹ kú ojúmọ́, ẹ kú ojúmọ́. Ojúmọ́ ire, ojúmọ́ ayọ̀, ojúmọ́ àlàáfíà ló máa jẹ́ fún wa o. Mo ṣe Àbọrú, mo ṣe ogún atọ́ yín o. Please keep tapping on your screen. Mr. Wale Ìbílẹ̀, positive energy. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ o. Ojúmọ́ ire, ojúmọ́ ayọ̀ ni o. Thank you for joining on another episode of Àṣẹ for today. Aunty Tóyìn, ojúmọ́ ire ni o. Báwo ni gbogbo Canada láàárọ̀ yìí? Ẹ kú ojúmọ́, ẹ kú iṣẹ́. Àtúndá, ẹ káàárọ̀ o, ẹ kú ojúmọ́ o. Ojúmọ́ ire, ojúmọ́ ayọ̀ ló máa jẹ́ fún gbogbo wa o. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o. Germany boss, thank you very much for joining. As you join, please tap on your screen, keep liking, keep sharing. This is another episode of Àṣẹ for today, and this is season 2, episode 7, and we are delving into another Eṣẹ̀ṣe for today. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Keep tapping on your screen as you join. Very, very important. Keep tapping on your screen. Keep tapping on your screen. Mo ṣe Àbọrú, Àbọyè, Àbọṣíṣẹ. Adedeji, Lincoln, thank you very much for joining. This is the Ifá College, and I am your host, Iyanifa Ewa. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Ifá gbè wá, ìṣẹ̀ṣe á gbè wá, àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí wọ́n á gbè wá. J.Wo, Lincoln, Adedeji, ẹ ṣé gan ni o. Thank you very much for joining. Ojúmọ́ ire, ojúmọ́ ayọ̀, ojúmọ́ ìdùnnú, ojúmọ́ àlàáfíà ló máa jẹ́ fún yín o. Aunty Láńdé, ẹ kú ojúmọ́ o. Ṣé dáadáa la jí o? Àjíire bí o. Àwọn aráalé ń kọ́. Mo ṣe Àbọrú, Àbọyè, Àbọṣíṣẹ o. Àbọrú, Àbọyè o. Àwo ìgbàlódé, ṣé ìgbàlódé ni? Grand rising to you, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ojúmọ́ tá a rí lèmi, ojúmọ́ ti mọ́. Ire ló máa mọ́ fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní ojúmọ́ kan yìí mọ́ kí balùwẹ̀ ó má gbòòrè. Ojúmọ́ mi tún ti mọ́ lèmi, èmi àti ire la máa fi gbà. Ire lọ́tùn, ire lósì, ire níwájú, ire lẹ́yìn. Láti gúúsù, látàríwá, láti ìlà oòrùn, láti ìwọ̀ oòrùn la máa fi gba ọrẹ lẹ́yìn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ̀là tún ti lọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ire ló máa já sí fún wa, ọpẹ́ ló máa já sí fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Orí wa ò ní gbàbọ̀dè, orí wa ò ní ṣìṣe. Ojúmọ́ tó mọ́ yìí, ire lórí wa máa fi gbà, ẹ̀yọ́nú lórí wa máa fi gbà, ayọ̀ àti ìdùnnú lórí wa máa fi gbà. Àníkún àlékún ló máa jẹ́ tiwa o. Àṣẹ oríire mọ́ tilẹ̀ ni o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Èyí tó múnú wa dùn nínú gbogbo nǹkan tó lédùn àti gbélé wa lọ́wọ́ kò ní di ìbànújẹ́ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Keep tapping on your screen. Bukola, ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ kú ojúmọ́. Gbogbo oore tó bá wa jí láàárọ̀ yìí kò ní di ìbànújẹ́ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Lórí ọkọ ni o, lórí aya ni, lórí ọmọ ni, lórí ẹbí ni, lórí iṣẹ́ táwa ń ṣe, lórí àwa fúnra wa gangan kò ní di ìbànújẹ́ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní dídùn dídùn báyìí òun là ń bá fara orin, dídùn dídùn la máa bá lé wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o. Àwo ìgbàlódé, ẹ ṣé. Àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ wọ́n á túbọ̀ máa fún wa ṣe. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ ẹrún mọ́lẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Níbi gbogbo tá a bá kọjú sí lọ́jọ́ èyí tó mọ́ yìí, lójúmọ́ tó mọ́ yìí, ire la máa bá níbẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní ire lójú owó ń rí. Wọ́n lọ́mọ kéré ọmọ tóbi gẹ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ báyìí là ń gbọ́mọ. Ọwọ́ méjèèjì báyìí la fi ń gbẹ́yìn gẹ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àtẹ̀yìn àti àwọn èèyàn níbi gbogbo tó bá wà gẹ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ báyìí ló máa gbé wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Níbi gbogbo tá a bá kọjú sí, ire àtayọ̀ la máa bá níbẹ̀ o. Keep tapping on your screen and welcome to another episode of Àṣẹ for today. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, ire la máa bá. Mi ò mọ bí tí ìwúre ti yín kọjú sí, àmọ́ orí mọ́, ẹlẹ́dàá mọ́, orí yádẹ̀ bá yín ṣe, ẹlẹ́dàá bá yín ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ̀yọ́nú Ọlọ́run bá ẹ̀yọ́nú ènìyàn, òun ni gbogbo wa máa rí lẹ́yìn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní Ifá ló ń fa ire wá, Ifá ló ń fa ìfà wá, Ifá fari wá fún wa, Ifá fa ìfà wá fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Adéjọkẹ́ ojúmọ́ ire o, Solomon ojúmọ́ ire o, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè ire báyìí òun la máa bára wa ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní gbọ́ ìdààmú kankan lórí ìkọ̀kan náà wà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ifá ti wá gbayé lọ báyìí, àwọn ọ̀gbẹ̀rì gan ti ń mọ̀ lójú ẹ̀mí wa. Ifá ò ní di àpadà sẹ́yìn, Ifá gbè wá lójú ẹ̀mí wa. Àwọn èèyàn àríwá wọn á ní Ifá ló ṣe lé, Ifá ṣeun, Elédùmarè ṣe, àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ wọn ṣe. For those of you on YouTube, thank you for joining Àṣẹ for today. Thank you for joining Àṣẹ for today. And I am your host, Iyanifa Ewa. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, ire la máa bára wa ṣe. We are grateful that our ancestors has directed us back to our roots. We are grateful that we have been freed from the chains and the misconceptions and the slavery of religion. We have found our way back to our roots, and the light has shined on us. And on this path, as we continue to increase in knowledge, Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, that knowledge will bring every blessing and every good thing that has been destined for us. Ifá is knowledge, Ifá is wisdom, Ifá is guidance. And we are grateful that all over the world, children of African origin and African descent are finding their way back home. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, a ti sọnù nígbà kan rí, àmọ́ Ifá ti tàn mọ́lẹ̀, àwọn Aláṣẹkù ti tàn mọ́lẹ̀, àti wá ń padà lọ sílé báyìí. And we are grateful that Ifá, the Orishas, and Olódùmarè has received us and accepted us with their arms wide open. Wọn ò wò pé àwọn ọmọ aláìní tó ti lọ yìí kò síbì kankan fún yín bí báyìí. No, they welcomed us back with open arms. I was watching a video on TikTok this morning. Somebody tagged me in a video and the guy was saying, what is this Ifá? Everybody in Atlanta is practicing Ifá. They're talking about Ifá here, Ifá there. Is it a religion? Someone needs to tell me what it is. And someone tagged me in the comment section of that video. And I'm like, yay! I was super, in fact, I've not responded. I haven't responded to the video. I saw it while we were preparing for this live streaming. And I'm saying it's a good thing. It makes me excited that people that don't even know about Ifá, the guy doesn't know anything about Ifá, but he could categorically say everybody in Atlanta is practicing Ifá. It looks like everywhere he turns to, he's just hearing Ifá here, Ifá there. Remember the Odù Ifá that was cast for us this year, the year 10,067, Odù Ifá, Oturupon Meji. Ifá said that the children that have gone away, that has been lost, they will find their way home. The ancestors will lead them home. That was what was divine for us in Odù Ifá, Oturupon Meji. Ẹṣé gan ni ma, thank you so much. Ẹṣé gan ni o, adúpẹ́. So he says that we would all find our way back to our ancestors, to the way that we're supposed to be, right? And I see that we are giving a lot of heed to those in religion. In fact, I showed somebody a video. I saw a video on YouTube too. It was a pastor somewhere in Nigeria who was teaching and was saying that that there is no religion that should keep people away from their ancestors. That no matter the religion we practice, we should come to our ancestors. If we can acknowledge Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that we should also be able to acknowledge our own ancestors. And I told my husband, I said, this is what I was talking about. Remember, I said it on one of our live streaming. I said they will start to include the practice of African spirituality into the church little by little, so that they will not lose every one of their members, because they see that people are finding the light, people are going back to their roots. So they will try to, make it look like you don't have to live here, you can still appease your ancestors, you can still speak to your ancestors. Good morning, Kaisla. You can still speak to your ancestors. I would stitch that video to one of my videos later in the week. But why are we saying all this? We are super, super grateful that the ancestors have directed a lot of us back. So as we are finding our way back home, we are coming back home, which is what I always say. We are returning back home. This is our home. This is our source. This is our root. And if where you are coming from was enough for you, you will not need to want to leave that place. So as we have come home, we are having a family meeting right now. Is that okay? That is exactly what it is. So we are learning about how does it work at home. You know, when you have traveled from your home country for like a really long time, maybe like 30 years, and then you come back and people start to show you, oh, this is what is happening right now, this is how we're doing this is what is happening, this is how we speak, this is how we do it. That's exactly what we do together on every episode of Àṣẹ for today. Mo ṣe Àbọrú, mo ṣe Àbọyè, mo ṣe Àbọṣíṣẹ. Yesterday, our Àṣẹ for today, we delved into Odù Ifá Meji. Odù Ifá Meji. And we talked about it, and I know you have picked Odù Ifá. We're going into another Odù Ifá for this morning. And the Odù Ifá for this morning, a lot of us are familiar with that Odù Ifá because that is the same Odù that was divined for us at the beginning of this year. That same Odù was the Odù that was divined for us at the beginning of this year. And what is that Odù? What was the Odù that was divined for us at the beginning of this year? What is the Odù that Yoruba has worked with at the beginning of this year? Domino Junior, I say grand rising to you too. Dr. Yomi Ashe Àbọrú Àbọyè. What is the Odù Ifá that was divined for us for this year? What's the Odù Ifá that we learned this year? What's the Odù Ifá that we spoke about this year? So at the beginning of every Yoruba calendar, which doesn't start on the 1st of January, by the way. Yoruba calendar is not 1st of January. So at the beginning of every Yoruba calendar, there is an Odù Ifá for the year. Who knows the Odù Ifá that is for this year? Ta ló mọ Odù Ifá tó dá fún wa ní òkè ìtàsẹ̀ fún ọdún yìí? Who knows that Odù Ifá? I made a whole video on it too. So if you don't know it, it means that you have not checked my video, and you should do that. Odù Ifá wo ni Odù Ifá ọdún yìí o? Odù Ifá tó dá fún wa lọ́dún yìí, Odù Ifá wo nìyẹn o? Oturupon Meji, ẹ ṣé gan ni Aunty Toyin. Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji was the Odù Ifá that was divined for us for this year. Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji. That was the Odù Ifá that was divined for us for this year. If you are on TikTok, can you still hear me? The network skipped a bit. Can you still hear me if you're on TikTok? Drop a comment in the comment section for TikTok if you can still hear me. If you can hear me on TikTok, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know that you can hear me. If you are on TikTok, let me know that you can hear me. If you are on TikTok, let me know that you can hear me. Okay, sorry. The network went off for a bit. Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji is the Odù Ifá for this year. The network skipped a bit. Eshe Gonio. Please keep tapping. Thank you so much, Eshe. Yeah, the network skipped a bit. We're back. On TikTok, if you can see me and hear me clearly now, let me know that you can see me and hear me clearly. Let me know before we delve into our Odù Ifá for today. Can you see me and hear me clearly on TikTok? Let me know. It's still freezing, okay? It's not supposed to freeze. We are not in the freezer. It's not supposed to freeze. It's not supposed to. Please let me know that you can. But we can see and hear you. Okay. What's happening to the network? Let me switch. Is it stable now? Let me know if it is stable now. Àbọrú Àbọyè Àbọṣíṣẹ. Let me know if it's stable now so that we can continue. TikTok is freezing. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Is it stable now? You can hear me clearly now. It's stable now. Okay. Let's continue. Sorry for those of you that had to move to YouTube. It might be no. Okay. So the Odù Ifá that we are treating today is Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji, and that was the same Odù Ifá that was cast for us at the beginning of this year. That's the Odù Ifá that is directing our worship, our teaching, the direction of Ifá for this year, for every devotee of Ifá all over the world. it is Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji. So Ifá is directing us back to that Odù Ifá this morning. And it's going to be the second essay in our manuscript. Before we start, ẹ jẹ́ ká júbà àwọn tó láyé, ẹ jẹ́ ká júbà àwọn tó nílẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká júbà àwọn tó ṣàwòkù sẹ́yìn fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Akọ́dá ayé àṣèbà, àṣèbà ṣẹ̀dá, àṣèbà tí wáyé ọjọ́, àṣèbà tí wọ̀ oòrùn. Elédùmarè ọba tẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ. Òràn ọmọ níṣẹ́ fàyà tí àṣèbà, àṣèbà kábíyèsí atẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé àṣèbà lórígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáláyé níbi gbogbo tá a wà lénìí àṣèbà 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 àwọn tó ṣílẹ̀kùn ọjọ́ ìní àṣèbà àwọn tó ṣàwòkù sẹ́yìn fún wa olúbíkin ọ̀sanyòbíkin àṣèbà àjàgùnmàlẹ̀ olúwo òde ọ̀run àṣèbà ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọ̀pàkẹ́ àlàkẹ́ ẹ̀yin alágogo idẹ àṣèbà ẹ̀yin arógbá aṣọ má balẹ̀ ẹ̀yin ọlọ́mú kan tí ń fún gba ọmọ ọlọ́mú ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ kan tí ń dẹ́lẹ́sẹ̀ méjì ìjà àṣèbà àníkíbà wá ṣe níbi gbogbo tá a wà lẹ́ni àṣèbà orí àṣèbà ẹlẹ́dàá àṣèbà ìyá àti bàbá tó ṣe ọlọ́kọ̀ tó wà wá wá sáyé àṣèbà gbogbo awo àṣèbà egúngún àṣèbà àwọn tó ṣàwò kù sẹ́yìn fún wa àṣèbà àwọn aláṣẹkù àníkíbà wá ṣe wọn ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọ̀pàkẹ́ àlàkẹ́ àṣèbà ẹ̀yin alágogo idẹ ẹ̀yin ìyá mi olókìkí èrè ẹ̀yin ìyá mi àtẹ̀dọ̀jù ròró ẹ̀yin apanimáyọ̀dà ẹ̀yin olókìkí òru ẹ̀yin arógbaṣọ má balẹ̀ ẹ̀yin abiyamọ ọlájà gbọ̀rọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀ ògbẹ́ fún ọmọ ẹ̀ta tí rere àṣèbà àṣèbà mo ṣèbà àwọn ẹlẹ́yẹ mo ṣèbà ìyá mi mo ṣèbà àwọn òṣèré mọ̀nyìndà àníkíbà wá ṣe òun àṣèbà gbogbo lọ́balọ́ba níjòyè níjòyè àṣèbà gbogbo àwọn ọmọ onílé ajíbọ́lá mi ò gbọ́dọ̀ ọ̀rà mo ṣèbà ẹ̀dán mo ṣèbà jíbọ́lá mo ṣèbà ẹ̀kín mo ṣèbà ifá àṣeyé ìpa ifá ọ àṣeyé ìpa òrìṣà ẹgbẹ́ ayé ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀run àṣemúṣòmúṣò ẹgbẹ́ àṣe àkíkà ẹgbẹ́ bọ̀rọ̀kíní ayé bọ̀rọ̀kíní ọ̀run àjúbà àṣèbà àníkíbà wá ṣe ọ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè wọ́n ní àdáṣe ní hun ìbà ọgbọ́dọ̀ hun ọmọ ènìyàn àwa ò dáṣe lẹ́yìn àti ṣèbà kó má hun wá ọ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè wọ́n rí ewúrẹ́ tó wọlé lọ́jọ́ sí tí òjúbà ìyẹn ló dẹran àmúso àgùntàn tó wọlé lọ́jọ́ sí tí òjúbà ló dẹran àmúso èmi àti ní àti wọlé lẹ́yìn àti júbà ó di dandan káwàá roko dalẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè ire tó wà nínú Odù Ifá tá a fẹ́ kọ́ lẹ́yìn ire yẹn ló máa jẹ́ tiwa ọgbọ́n ìmọ̀ àti òye tó wà nínú Odù Ifá yẹn òun ló máa jẹ́ tiwa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè níbi gbogbo tá a bá wá kọjú sí ire àti ayọ̀ ló máa jẹ́ tiwa lẹ́yìn o àṣẹ 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 Èdùmàrè. So today is another episode of Àṣẹ for today. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè níbi gbogbo tá a bá ti ń gbọ́ ire àti ayọ̀ òun ló máa jẹ́ tiwa o àní ṣìṣe àní ṣe lásán iṣẹ́ irúnmọlẹ̀ tá a dúró tì yìí kò ní hun wá ó ti gbé àwọn ará wájú ó di dandan kó gbé mi àti yín. Everything we have come to do today with the irúnmọlẹ̀ with Ifá, it has favored some people. It has worked positively for people over the centuries. That is why Ifá did not become obsolete. That is why it did not perish. That is why they could not banish it. Because Ifá produces results. Because Ifá is true. Because Ifá is real. With all the efforts that they have placed on Ifá, all the efforts that they placed to suppress African spirituality, here we are today. If it was actually demonic and terrible and failing, it should have passed away. The efforts they put should have frustrated it. But we are here today as a proof that Ifá works. The knowledge is real. And our ancestors were not wrong. And we are grateful that those ancestors are the ones that is guiding our steps from the United States to the UK, to Canada, to Europe, to Asia, to Australia, in every corner of Africa. Children of color, people of color are finding their way back home, just as the Odù for this year was divine. If you have not watched my video where I was analyzing what Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji means for us this year, please hurry to the TikTok channel, Iyanifa Ewa TV. Scroll down, you will see what was the Odù for the year 10,067, because in the Yoruba calendar, this is year 10,067. Imagine how ancient that knowledge is, and they thought they could bury it. How? Our ancestors were not sleeping. They were just waiting for us to be awake, we ourselves to be awake, so that they can embody us and make this a reality. What a time to be alive. What a time to experience this. A lot of our ancestors long to see this day in physical human body. But you know the exciting part? They are witnessing this day and this season through you and I. So as many and many more people, as you are realizing that you have, thank you for that gift, as you realize that you have a call from your ancestors, you realize that your deities, your orishas, are calling you, are trying to move you in the direction of pushing this knowledge. Wherever it is you are, start to do something at that point. No matter how busy your schedule is, start to answer the call of your ancestors in the minutest way that you can do it. Make sure that you are positively pushing for somebody else to find their way. The questions that you had when you were practicing religion, trust me, thousands and millions of people still have that same question. But most of the time, they don't know where to find the knowledge. They don't know who to guide them. Most of the time, they are scared to stand against the religion that they have been born into, that people have scared them to say, oh, if you move away from this, you're on your way to hell. A lot of them just need support. They need to know that, whoa, somebody else is doing this. Somebody else feels this. I have a community of people that can accept me. A lot of people are scared to leave the religion misconceptions and lies and delusions because they know they will lose friends, they will lose family, they will lose comfort, they would lose a lot of things, and it's understandable. But the moment they find out that as they step out of that community and they come into this new community, the moment they know that there is a family and a home that is waiting for them here, they feel more comfortable to step in. You and I are the ones that is creating that family. You and I are the ones that will channel them and direct them to where they will find that knowledge. So as you share, as you like, as you tap, as you repost, as whatever it is you can do, you are directing other people. You are directing other people. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, àwọn Aláṣẹkù, wọ́n bá wa ṣe tiwa láṣepé àṣẹ. So we are delving into Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji for today. Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji, I would read it in Yoruba first of all and read it in English. And I'm reading from the manuscript of the Sacred Ifá text as put together by Ifá College. Okay, so I know there are so many or a couple of textbooks and soft copy books out there that has compiled the Odù Ifás, 2SS, 3SS, 5SS, 7SS in different forms, majorly in Yoruba language. A few of them have been translated into English. In fact, I have only seen one that had been translated into English in a textbook format, but I'm sure there are a few more others. But beyond just reading the Odù Ifá, beyond just reading the Odù Ifá, right? Just reading and reciting it like stories and poems. Beyond just doing that, we need to take another step to ask, how do I apply this to my everyday life? You know, I'm always stressing on that. Whatever knowledge you are receiving, whatever practice you are receiving in spirituality, in fact, generally in life, the first question is, how does this benefit my life? How do I apply this to my everyday life? How does this improve me? How does this take me out of misconception into life? How does this make my life better? Because that is the essence. If your ancestors cannot provide you direction, cannot provide you instructions, cannot provide you better quality of life, why do they want you to live where you are coming from? Why do they want you to live there? I mean, nobody just stays in loyalty with something that doesn't work for them, something that doesn't benefit them. That is blind loyalty. So if you have come to Ifá, you have come to your roots, you have come to your source, you should be able to receive that wisdom in a way that you can apply it in 2025, at least at the time of recording this video, or at whatever time you are watching this, to be able to apply it to your everyday life. That's the most important thing. And because we can apply Ifa to our everyday life, because the instruction still serves us today, and it will still continue to serve us, that is why we can categorically say Ifa is not obsolete. Ifa cannot be obsolete, despite the fact that it's pre-recorded information of centuries ago. It is still applicable. That is why Ifa College has taken a step further to translate every Odù available from ancient Yoruba rendering to English text, and then to give you the lessons and the blessings of every essay, and help you to be able to apply it to your everyday lives. That's the most important thing. Is that okay? So we're going to be reading from that manuscript today, and you're going to dive in with me. Remember, I said you should always come in with your writing materials. If you joined halfway, if you missed for yesterday, the replay is available on the YouTube channel. Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji, ìyẹn kejì nínú ìwé wa. Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji náà ni odù tí àwọn awo ń pè ní ọlọ́gbọ́n méjì. Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji is also called Odù Ifá ọlọ́gbọ́n méjì. So if you find it anywhere as ọlọ́gbọ́n méjì, they are still referring to Oturupon Meji. Fáara nọ́lẹ̀, adífá fún àtòrí lẹ̀gẹ̀lẹ̀gẹ̀ tí ń ṣẹ̀rọ̀ àrokò ra egungun. Ìwọ àtòrí lẹ̀gẹ̀lẹ̀gẹ̀, ò bá súré wá kó wá nà tán níwájú awo. Adífá fún àtòrí lẹ̀gẹ̀lẹ̀gẹ̀, ẹbọ láwo ní kó mú ṣe, ó sì gbẹ́bọ níbẹ̀, ó rúbọ. Àtòrí lẹ̀gẹ̀lẹ̀gẹ̀ ní èmi ti nà tán níwájú awo, ire gbogbo ló dé. I would recite that in English. Lie prostrate and spread out completely. This Odù Ifá was cast for àtòrí lẹ̀gẹ̀lẹ̀gẹ̀, the delicate and fragile whip, who went to buy the masquerade costume. You, àtòrí lẹ̀gẹ̀lẹ̀gẹ̀, make supplications and sacrifice, and afterwards come and lie flat with your chest on the floor before the owl. Àtòrí lẹ̀gẹ̀lẹ̀gẹ̀ did the ẹbọ and it was accepted. He came back, lying flat in front of the owl, and said, every blessing has come to me. This Odù Ifá was divined for àtòrí lẹ̀gẹ̀lẹ̀gẹ̀. Gbogbo àwa tá gbọ́ Yorùbá a mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ àtòrí. It's a whip, the delicate whip. He came to make a divination because life was not going the way it's supposed to go. He was in the marketplace. Ó fẹ́ lọ ra aṣọ eégún. He was in the market going to buy the clothes of Egungun, thinking that if I buy the clothes of Egungun and I start dressing like Egungun, maybe people will respect me. Maybe people will honor me. Because back in the day, when they wanted to whip an animal or they wanted to scare people away, is when they pick up the horse whip, the àtòrí. And once they have used it, they just drop it on the floor and go away. No form of respect for it at all. No honor, no dignity, but yet people used it every day. Oh, there is a goat in the house. Ere lọ bá mi gbá tòrí mi wá. Oh, they want to discipline a child. Ere lọ bá mi gbá tòrí mi wá. They want to do this and that. Oh, go and bring the horse whip for me. Go and bring àtòrí lẹ̀gẹ̀lẹ̀gẹ̀ for me. Go and bring the delicate whip. And the moment they are done, they just throw it away. Àtòrí lẹ̀gẹ̀lẹ̀gẹ̀ was standing there and watching the way everybody runs around Òrìṣà Egungun, and is it because of the clothes that this Òrìṣà is wearing? That is why people are always around, giving honor, giving dignity. Let me also go to the market and buy the same clothes and then come out and see if people will not give me dignity. It was at that point that he met one of the owl, and the owl said, àtòrí lẹ̀gẹ̀lẹ̀gẹ̀, èmi ló ń ṣe lọ́jà. What are you doing in the market? Èmi náà wá raṣọ eégún ni o. I've come to buy the clothes of Egungun. Kí a lọ fẹ́ faṣọ eégún sí? What do you want to do with the clothes of egungun? Èmi náà fẹ́ wọṣọ eégún kó lè máa bu ìkún mi, káwọn èèyàn máa jó tẹ̀lé mi. I want to buy the cloth of egungun so that people can follow me, they can give me honor, they can respect me, they can dance around me and place me on a high pedestal. That is why Aturilegelege went to buy aṣọ eégún. I will now say that's not the way. Let's ask Ifá, how do you also become a person of dignity? Lọ́ba dáfá fún. Kí ni Ifá tó dá fún? Wọ́n ní ìwọ Aturilegelege, ò bá súré wá náà tán níwájú awo. Wọ́n ní kó ṣẹbọ, ó ṣẹbọ. Wọ́n ní tó o bá ṣẹbọ tán, wọ́n náà kó o nà gbalaja báyìí níwájú awo. They made a divination and they told him to do certain ẹbọ. And they told Aturilegelege, Ade Sanya ojúmọ́ ire o. Wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ fún Aturilegelege, they told Aturilegelege, the horsewhip, that once you make this ẹbọ, come and lie prostrate in front of the awo, showing honor and respect to the awo. That is where your own honor will come from. And since that day, if you go to a Babalawo's place, you see their horsewhip just right beside them. They place it beside them. It has its own special place. So in case they are doing any etutu anebo and there are animals that are coming to, they use it to scare them away. And they will place it right beside there. It also now became the whip that Egungun was holding around everywhere he's going. If you watch people, àwọn tó máa ń tẹ̀lé Egungun, ẹ máa rí Aturilegelege lọ́wọ́ wọn. It now became a sign of respect, even for the same Egungun that he was aspiring to be like. But Aturilegelege had to go through a process to get there. Now, what are the lessons and the blessings here? It says humility is the key to access blessings. The key to access blessings. Now, when it comes to Ifá, Ifá will always tell you that the way to the top is a process. Nobody just sleeps and wakes up at the top. Whatever it is that you are aspiring to be, there is a process, and which is why respect, humility, and honor for higher authorities is a huge part of Yoruba culture. It is not just culture. I told you and I keep telling you, everything about Yoruba is embedded in her spirituality. Our culture, our tradition, our language, our dressing, our marriage rights, the way we parent, the way we speak to people, the way we address in our communities, everything, including our food, it is embedded in our spirituality. So when you find out that a lot of people who have now become westernized, Sammy from Ghana, Eshe Pupo, good morning, grand rising. For people that have become westernized, I hear a lot of people saying, you see all this respect thing, it is too dramatic among Africans. It is too dramatic among Yoruba people. You are just 1 year older than someone and they would expect you to be giving the person so much honor, so much respect. It is part of our spirituality. It's not just because your parents want you to respect everybody. Oh, I can't. You have now brought westernization into culture and tradition. You see people that are clearly above you in different dimensions, and you think it is not okay to. What's the big deal? Everybody can, everybody can, everybody is. You have allowed social media to pump nonsense into your head. You don't understand that when it comes to culture, to tradition, to spirituality, there are ways to go about it. There are ways to go about it. You have thrown that away. That has become obsolete. It's not fashionable anymore. Civilization has exchanged it. Civilization cannot exchange culture. You are the one that threw culture away and picked up civilization. When a Yoruba child wants to greet their father or their mother, It is part of our spirituality that a woman goes on her two knees. It is part of our spirituality that the man lies with his chest and his head flat on the floor. Now, let me explain to you. It is not so much about that physical person. Amazing, Àbọrú, Àbọyè, Àbọṣíṣẹ. It is not so much about that physical person that you are kneeling in front of them or lying down in respect in front of them, or if you are, you're in a public place where you can't do that, you just bend your head down in front of them. It is not so much about that person. It is about the spirit that they represent. It is about the hierarchy that they represent. It is about the blessings that you want to get. You too, you want to get to a place of authority where people give you the honor and the dignity that is due to you. You want to get there, right? Okay, this is where to start from. This is where to start from. By giving it to somebody else. By acknowledging it in somebody else. That is how it works. But 2025 and beyond, social media and civilization, everybody just wants to jump from here to here. Particularly now, if you have money, that is the only thing people expect. Then you are wondering why you are experiencing disrespect and dishonor in other aspects of your life. I don't care which country you were born in. I don't care what nationality you hold. As long as you are a person of color, honor, respect for the people ahead of you is a part of your DNA, is a part of who you are. That is the rule that governs where you take your source from. It's like a child that was born into a family with a particular blood group type. It doesn't matter where you travel to. The same rules and regulations that applies to that A positive or O positive blood group is what will apply to you. Irrespective of whether you were born in Asia or you were born in Australia, if your genotype is AS and you think, oh, because you have left Africa, that thing they talk about does not affect you, you can come here and just do what you like, you can marry an SS, you can give birth to babies with another AS, the rules does not change. Your nationality does not change the rules of your blood. So whether you have accepted it or not, whether you want to believe it or not, where you take your source from is where you take your source from. Especially for those of you in the diaspora. I know that there is a culture among the people that you live with. But the moment you are in an environment of the people that share the same culture with your ancestors before they were taken abroad, you have to practice these things. It opens a way for blessings for you. Amazing. The Odù Ifá for today is Oturupon Meji. Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji. So if you want to get to the place of honor, Ifá is telling you that this is how you start from. Start by honoring the ones around you. And I've explained to you, there are two spiritual authorities or two authorities in life that you must not miss when you are picking people to honor and respect. The first one is your physical parents, your biological parents, if you still have access to them. I know a lot of us want to talk about how, oh, I don't have, what's it called? I don't have a good relationship with my parents. They did this, they did that. Yes. As a physical human person, those things they did to you, we understand. And it is painful. And on their behalf, we apologize and we say we are sorry. But beyond that, they represent something in your life traditionally, customary, ancestral. They represent something in your life. So you have to honor what they represent in your life. If you have been listening to my Iba, when we make Iba in the morning, I cannot make any Iba without remembering the biological fathers and the mothers that made the way for you to be part of this life. Very important. So even if you don't have a good relationship with them, find a way to have a good relationship with their spirit. Speak to your Baba or your Iya that is working with you on the journey of Ifa. I don't have a good relationship with my mom and my dad. I never had a good relationship with them before they passed. How do I play my part? By honoring them spiritually, so that I will not shortchange myself, so that I will not lose the blessings that is coming from there. Some of you, that is the only thing that is hindering you from moving from where you are now to the next point. Every time you go for a divination, your Baba will always say, ore ló wà níwájú ẹ yìí, ore ńlá ńlá ni, ore ń bọ̀, there is huge blessing, ore is coming, ire is coming, what I can see in front of you is so huge. They've been saying that to you for like the last 3 years. At this point, you can already tell what your divination is going to sound like. And you are wondering, why are you not experiencing this? Some of you, this is the reason. Oh, I can do it myself. I don't need anybody. Like Atori Lege. You want to go into marketplace and buy the costume of Egun. You think it is buying that costume and wearing it. Yoruba says, aṣọ ńlá ò ń ṣèyàn ńlá. Aṣọ ńlá kò kì í ṣèyàn ńlá. So the fact that you think, oh, I can buy whatever it is, I can buy my way through it with money, that's not how it works in spirituality. And for some of you, that is the only reason, the only thing that is blocking you from here to the next place. So just like Atori Lege in this Odù, Ifá says, make the required ebo and etutu, the required sacrifice and appeasement, then come and lie in honor and humility before the Awo. The second authority you are not supposed to joke with is àwọn. See, let me explain something to you here in Ifa. If you don't take away anything today, take this part. You see, in Ifa, we don't have anything that sounds like, I cannot respect that Awo because I saw him drinking at the beer parlor yesterday. I can't respect that Awo because he has 2 wives, because he can shout as his wife, because he's fighting with his friend, because you have seen a flaw. No, that's not how it works. The moment somebody has gone through the process and has been appointed an Awo, either in Ifa, in Ogboni, in Olorisha, anywhere, the person is carrying an authority. Whatever the person is doing with their lifestyle is between them and their Ifa and Olódùmarè. Will they get away with it? No. But is it your responsibility to now say, that's the reason I want? You can choose who to work with and who not to work with. Understand me? But you don't choose who to respect and who to acknowledge or not. It's like when you kneel down to greet an elderly person. Even if the elderly person just stepped out of a room now and committed adultery with somebody else's wife, when you greet them, you still kneel down. Even that's your elder brother and sister that you know that this one does not have sense. If you still see them tomorrow, Yoruba culture requires that you still kneel down in honor and in reverence. Kọ́mọ bá lè ṣerú ẹ̀ fún ẹ, káwọn tó ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn tiẹ̀ náà bá lè ṣerú ẹ̀ fún ẹ, so that your own children can do the same, so that the people that are coming behind you can do the same thing, so that you can also be honored and respected. It is a process. So when you come, the next group of people, very important, they are your Awo. Awos that you meet anywhere and everywhere. Thank you so much for that gift, Temi Tope Bello. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Coach Blessing, thank you for joining. Marwa, thank you so much for joining. Keep tapping on your screen, keep liking, keep sharing. So it is that process. Your Awo, always see, I cannot stress it enough. But Ifa did not raise us as Awos to go demanding honor and respect from people, walk into the marketplace and say, you, why can't you lie down? No. But you need to know that secret. You need to know it. You need to align yourself with it. They are the representatives of Olódùmarè. They are the representatives of Ifá. They are the representatives of Odù. They are the representatives of the Orishas. So you will do yourself a favor in that honor. Odù Ifá, thank you so much for your gift. If Ajé will continue to increase you and expand you, Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. You have to. I beg of you. That is why every Odù Ifá ends with Níṣe ló ń ṣẹnu rere yẹn awo, awo wọ́n yin Ifá. They will first of all come back to awo. After every Ẹsẹ̀ Ifá, they come back to their awo to come and praise their awo, to honor their awo, to glorify their awo. Tí Yorùbá bá sọ pé wọ́n yìnyàn, they are giving glory. Wọ́n gbé oríyìn fún yàn, they are giving glory to someone. It is not, praise does not have enough magnitude to explain that word. When they say Níṣe ló ń ṣẹnu rere ní awo, they give glory to their awo. There is a place for that. Let's continue. So the lesson says humility is the key to success. Lying prostrate, showing reverence, it opens doors and blessings. Fragility doesn't mean failure. Even the delicate whip Aturilegelege fulfilled his purpose through sacrifice. Team, I'm a very fragile person. I don't think I can do all this Ifá thing. How do I go through life? And people will not disrespect me. I don't have the voice. Nobody listens to me. I know there are people that are just like that, and that's okay. It is not in your... If my husband is on this live stream, he will still shout at me again because I want to use these people as an example. It is not in your egotic voice and your, the macho. It's not in that. Irrespective of what your temperament is, irrespective of how you describe yourself as strong, confident, or fragile and relaxed, irrespective of that, it does not translate into being a failure. Odù Ifá, thank you so much for the continuous gift. I'm super grateful. Ajé will continue to increase it for you. Ajé is the Orisha of wealth, of financial increase, of money. Ajé will open money opportunities to you left and right and direct you to the place of your success. That thing that you have been destined to do, to bring financial success to you, and to set your entire generation free from financial slavery. Ajé will direct you to that thing, give you the wisdom as to how to handle that particular enterprise or business or career that is going to set the tone for wealth unlimited for you and everything that you represent. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Adúpẹ́. Jane, good morning. How are you doing? Ojúmọ́. So it doesn't matter how fragile you think you are. Fragility does not translate to failure. Ifá has everybody covered. As long as you follow the instructions that has been given to you, as long as you are asking Ifá and you are following that direction, it leads you to success. Ifá doesn't require, you have to be able to pray, and you have to be able to, and people are like, those of us that cannot, because when they say something, they said somewhere in the Bible, they said this one cannot go except for fasting and prayer. My question is, what happens to people that have ulcer that cannot fast? People that naturally have low blood sugar. If they don't eat in 1-2 hours, their body is shaking like drug addicts. What happens to those people? What happens to people that the type of work they do, they are standing for hours, they have to eat, if not they are going to faint. Those ones, that particular problem cannot go, because when they say certain problems cannot go except by fasting and prayer. So for those of you that always say, I can't stay awake, like it's difficult to stand up and pray for like 4, 5, 6 hours. It's not everybody that has that strength. So where do you want to put those type of people? Where do you want to put those ones? Where do you want to put them? But Ifá says it's not by that. irrespective of whether you have the strength for this or you have the strength for that, or you see yourself as a fragile person or not. Ifa says there is always a place here for you, and that place is not judged by your strength, by, oh, you're a very strong person, you are this, you are that. No. What is speaking for you is your able. What is speaking for you in Ifa is you following instructions. Follow the instructions. That's all that matters. Ifa is not requiring of you what you cannot handle. No. Ifa is not setting unrealistic expectations on you. Ifa meets you at the place that you are. I would always say this. I have given Jane Juma, you can see Jane Juma Enterprise on TikTok. She just posted my WhatsApp number. If you need a divination, you need to do your Ifa, you have personal questions to ask, you want to learn more about Ifa, you need a spiritual mentor, just send a message via the WhatsApp number. I usually give her as an example because every time I think about her, and so many other people I've worked with in the past, it gives me joy because it is a proof that the Orishas will meet you where you are. Olódùmarè will meet you where you are. There was a time that Jane came to me that she could not even afford to say, I want to do a divination, I want to do a bo or a tutu or anything. The only thing she could afford to do was subscribe to the TikTok Pray the Right Way in Ifa. I think it's like 2,000 naira per subscription. That's about maximum of $2, less than $2. That was the only thing she could afford at the time. And she subscribed for it. And she started making the Iwures one by one. I'm speaking this year that has not ended. This is October. Less than 6 months ago. And she started from that place. Some of you are saying, the reason I don't want to come to Ifa is because Ebo and Etutu is expensive. Ifa will not require from you what you cannot afford. Your Orishas will not require of you what you cannot. There is something you can do at the place where you are. You are the one looking at the one you cannot afford. And that's just the human life. You will not look around and see the ones that is available to you, the one that is within your reach. You will not see that one. You are always looking for the one that is beyond, giving excuse of the one that you cannot afford. The one you can afford, what have you done with it? She stepped in there like so many other people. Subscribe right here on this channel. If you're on TikTok, you will see subscribe there. Subscribe. You cannot afford a tutu and ebo, sacrifice and appeasement. You cannot afford it. Tefa is okay. What are you doing with a tutu? Thank you so much for the gift. What are you doing with Iwure that you make with your mouth? Your mouth. Akpemora eni ohun la npe temi dire enu e báyìí ló fi máa pè mọ́ra ẹ̀. What are you doing with that one? As far as you're concerned, that one is not going to work. You are looking for something powerful. Drop that powerful in religion. Everything in Ifa is powerful. From the Iwure you make with your mouth, to the Ebo, to the Etutu, to Itefa, they all have their different places. She started with that. If you have not subscribed, I will say it again. Go to the bio, the link in the bio. You will see subscription. Click on it. Subscribe for Pray the Right Way in Ifa. Start to know how to make Iwure for yourself. It's by yourself you will make it. Learn. Start your morning doing it. If you're on YouTube, click on join. If you're on YouTube, click on join. Click on join and join and join. You will find it there. So please, these things, there is always something. If I meet you at the point that you are. And she started gradually like that. Her first response or review to me was, now she feels a lot of peace, she feels a lot of calmness. Finances has not started changing then, but she was feeling peace, she was feeling calm, the anxiety has gone. She just felt more confidence to face her day and to face life. And gradually, she's at the place where she is right now. Business has picked up. In fact, there is another testimony on the way. There is another review on the way that is building up for her. When that review has built up to 10 over 10, I will be the first person to mention it, because it is my joy, it is my pride, I am super grateful that Olódùmarè has made me to be part of that success story. But it started from what? 1,500 naira to learn how to make iwure. That's where it started from. That is what she could afford. And now she's paying for Itefa and Orisha ceremony, Egbe ceremony, doing her divinations regularly, and that is how these things work. So at the point you are, your fragility is not failure. The fact that you don't have money does not mean you have failed in this life. No, you are the one that is looking for what you cannot afford. She said she's just smiling. You are the one that is looking for what you cannot afford. The things you can afford are in front of you. You don't want to use that one because they told you that. Anyway, irrespective of what they told you where you are coming from, this is what Ifá is saying to you right now. The fourth lesson is respecting elders, owls, and divine order is a path to victory. Do I still need to explain that one? No. Do I still need to explain that one? Some of you just think that because you have paid your owl, your babalawos, your Iyanifas, because you have paid them. Ogbo Edon mo kiyin o. Ogbo Edon, Ogbo Alaworo Loturufe mo kiyin o. Because you have paid them, that's just it. You can enter into their DM and speak anyhow and do anyhow. Iṣẹ́ ẹrúnmọlẹ̀ ló ń ṣe. Ifá ló rán wọn níṣẹ́. Olódùmarè ló rán wọn níṣẹ́. They are doing the work of the irúnmọlẹ̀. They are doing the work of Ifá. It's like a government official, it's like an ambassador. You are not respecting the man, you are respecting the office. It's the president that sent him on an errand. If you find a small boy, Togbe Oba, if you find a small boy carrying the staff of the king, in that place, the king is present. The moment you see that Oba Ashe, the staff of Ashe from the Oba, even if it is his 5-year-old son that is carrying it, the king is present, because what makes him a king, one of the things that makes him a king is that symbol. You are going to respect it. It does not matter who the person is. So when it comes to your owl, it's not about how you feel about the person. It's the office that the person is holding. I don't need to explain that too much. The last part of the lessons and the blessings says, this Odù blesses with humility, respect, completion of purpose, and honor on the way to destiny. On the way to fulfilling your destiny, honor and respect as part of our tradition is very important. It's very important. And I told you that everything that westernization and religion brought, it's for a purpose. It was masterminded in different ways. Removing honor and respect and saying everybody is equal. Everybody is equal. How is everybody equal? How is everybody equal? Even in the Western world, everybody is equal. Those of you that live in the Western world, is everybody equal? I'm just asking you, is everybody equal? Please, I need comments, I need response. Those of you that live in the Western world, because the rest of the people that live in Africa, you think, oh, you guys are not enlightened. You guys are not educated. You are not civilized. You are not seeing the world. If you see the real world, you know that everybody, we don't do all of these things again. Nobody kneels down to greet anybody again because everybody is equal. I need those of you that are in diaspora to confirm that in that diaspora where you live, because I've lived there before too, and I go there too. But maybe in the part of diaspora where you live, everybody is equal. There is nowhere on this planet where everybody is equal. My dear, don't let them lie to you. In the reality, you too know that it's not, especially if you're a person of color. How can everybody be equal? You're a person of color living in diaspora, and you're now everybody is equal. You know more than I know that everybody is not. So everybody is not equal. Yoruba will say Ajuralwa lo ti jakadiko. There are people that are superior. It's not a bone of contention. You respect those authority. As you do, you two are climbing up in the hierarchy of authority. You two are accumulating honor and respect. And you are paving way for your children that is coming behind you. Have you ever experienced a situation where you get somewhere and the name of your daddy, somebody is asking, what's your name? Balogun. Where does your daddy work? He worked at the railway corporation. Yomi Balogun, the tall and dark. Iwolomo Yomi. Come inside, come inside. That boy must not sit down outside. I don't know if you have never experienced it, but I have. My mother was a teacher and she grew in ranks to become a principal. And you know, teachers back in the day, they had influenced so many people. There is hardly any time that I travel that I don't find somebody that says, you are Mrs. So-so-so's daughter. Like, yes. Your mommy was the one that helped me to pay my hair. Your mommy was the one that, because of, I don't know them, they didn't know me. I was a child when my mother was teaching them in school. And your parents' name will just open the door for you like that. As you honor spiritual authority, you are making way for your own children. You don't understand how these things work. You are making way for your own children in life, physically and spiritually. This life is easy if you take into cognizance these little things. If you add up these little things, life is easy. You are the one that is trying to complicate it. Civilization, westernization, and religion is what is complicating it for you. Life is easy. Just follow the instructions. You will find out that this will add up with this, it will add up with this, it will add up with this, and it will make sense eventually. It's not that hard. Ifá meets you at every point you are. Odù Ifá, Oturupon Meji is the Odù Ifá, Ọlọ́gbọ́n méjì làwọn àwọn ń pè. Aunty Lande Eshe, they call it Odù Ifá, Ọlọ́gbọ́n méjì. Ọlọ́gbọ́n méjì is the wise one. Ọlọ́gbọ́n is the wise one. The wise one. The wise one. Odù Ifá of wisdom. Odù Ifá that tells you that if you apply wisdom, life is not that hard. But how? A lot of people don't have sense. A lot of people don't have sense. They don't. You think sense is in the classroom. Sense is in speaking English. As far as you're concerned, once somebody speaks English in a certain way, you look at them like, ew, why are you speaking English like that? As far as you're concerned, that person cannot be smart. Who do you like this? Who do you like this? Who did us like this? You are comparing life sense to speaking English. Continue. In the words of our former beautiful First Lady, continue. This rubbish that you are sharing, continue. There is God, though. The people that are telling you that English is common sense, there is God, though. And you too that you are telling yourself that English is common sense, there is God. And how is it going for you? All the English that you are speaking. Odù Ifá Ọlọ́gbọ́n méjì. If you want to have wisdom, to be able to apply it in life, sit down with every essay of that Odù Ifá Ọlọ́gbọ́n méjì. I just give you another secret. Is the Odù Ifá of wisdom, the wise one. If you read those essays one by one and you apply them, is a cheat sheet through life. How do you apply it to your everyday life? In your relationships, Ifá says, show respect to those who open doors for you. Humility attracts favor. Respect for higher authority attracts favor. I'm the head of this family. Nobody can talk to me like that. I'm the head of this family. And the leadership of this family is on you. Uncle, take the Oba of leadership. Tell me where you are leading us to. Tell me where you are leading us to. I'm the leader of this family. Nobody can talk to me like that. I'm the one that is like the captain of this boat. Captain, what's the name of your ship? Where is the map of where is this ship sailing to? A lot of them. You see people that come out to say, I'm the head of this, I'm the head of that, I'm the head of this, I'm the head of that. As they are the ones who don't know anything about what they are talking about. Because the moment you meet somebody that is the head and his leadership, it's not by like this. Where are you leading yourself to? You have not found your own direction. You are just enforcing, I'm the head of this, the day you become the head and you become the leader, you will realize why they say uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. You see, when you truly embody head and leadership, it will humble you. Why do you think that one of the characteristics and definitions of àwọn babalawo is always humility? You see them in that they are white and white, they will carry that they are going, but those people are mega wealthy. Back in the day when people were paying babalawo in huge sum of cowrie shells, when they will do their ebo, they will tell them to bring the animals that is for Orisha separately, then bring several okeowo for babalawo. Sometimes people pay them, appreciate them with lands, with cattle, with a lot of things. Their wives are receiving free food in the market. Apetebi, Ìyàwó Baba Ifá, take this, take that. You will still see them humble and they are going like that. Because the day you embody leadership, the day you understand the responsibility that comes with that head, it will humble you. You would realize the responsibility that is on you. You are thinking about how to navigate and make sure that these people you are leading, you are not leading them astray. You know that you are responsible for them. Whatever happens to them, you are accountable. The thought of that alone, it will humble you. You are constantly trying to receive directions from them, trying to make sure that everything goes well for them. At that point, you don't have time to be saying, I'm the leader here, I'm the one. Who is there that is not greeting me? Who is not kneeling down for me? Who is not bowing down for me? No. It's the person that has not embodied leadership that is shouting, I'm the leader. When you become the leader, if they ask you, do you want to remain the leader? A lot of you will say, this responsibility is too much. I don't want it. Can you give it to somebody else? That's people that is almost always the response of people that have embodied it. But and again, in your relationship, that's the only sermon we hear. The videos you are sharing with your girlfriend, the girl that have not paid her bride price. Every video you are sharing with her is how one pastor is talking about when men are speaking, women must not speak there. Those are the videos, and they are sharing those kind of videos with you. You have not seen red flag. Don't worry. Red Cross will come and tie flag in front of your house before you see red flag. Every conversation with him is about, you have to respect me. Respect is a mutual thing. If you have embodied authority, people will respect you naturally. And those that don't, you know they don't have sense. We all know who a true leader is. Those of you that are Nigerians, let's look at all our presidents. We know the ones that if they give us a chance to bring them back, we will bring them back. It's not by voting. It's by embodying that leadership and doing what they are supposed to do. You think people don't know the people that are leaders? Wọ́n fẹ́ gbé ẹgẹ ṣe áyán ni gbogbo ìtàn ṣe yìí. Wọ́n gbé ẹgẹ ṣe áyán ni. What's ṣe áyán? The horse of cockroach. They are just pushing you on the horse of cockroach. You don't know. You think, I'm the one that is there. I'm the one in charge. You think it's by that. It's not by that. People are not dumb. They know who a leader is when they see one. They see the direction and the attributes. So, dear husbands, I'm saying this because it has now become a thing in this part of the world. Not even only in this part of the world, among people of color. To be stressing this, women have to be dragged on the floor. Men are supposed to be, irrespective of who is taking the step of leadership. Some of you men are married to the embodiment of orishas in real time, the embodiment of Yami in real time. You yourself, you know that woman you have in the house is your leader. You and I, you know it. Omoro ento basically, you know. Don't let the little boys of this world, don't let them push you into, why are you doing your wife like that? Why are you doing your wife like that? You are giving this girl too much respect. You are giving this girl too much this. Just tell them, it's okay, I will consider what you are saying. Continue to do what you are doing. What was the main purpose of creation? Why were we created? You need to find, there is no main purpose of creation. There is no why were we created. You need to find out why you are created. You are not me, I'm not you. The purpose for which you are created is different from me. Do you know how many things were created? Sorry, I'm answering a question for those of you on YouTube that you cannot see the question. The person said, what is the main purpose of creation? Why were we created? Answering this can help. So when you say what's the purpose of creation, there are so many things in creation. Creation entails the sun, the moon, the stars, the planets. It entails the elements of water, fire, earth, sand. What is it? It entails animals, it entails insects, birds, human beings, it entails organisms that we cannot see, it entails spirit being that we cannot see. So when you are asking for the collective purpose of all of these things, why were we created? You're asking me, why were animals created? Why were everything that was created for a purpose? So let me answer that question by asking you this. If you walk into an LG store, it looks like LG must sign me as brand ambassador because LG is always the example that comes to my mind. Imagine you walk into an LG store and then you ask the owner of LG, what is the essence of everything that you have made? Why did you make air condition and freezer and fridge and mobile phone and TV and stereo? He will give you the manual for each one of them, each one. This is the reason we created the telephone. This is the reason we made the fridge. In fact, we have 23 series of fridge. This is the reason why we created the next series. This is the latest one. There is a purpose and a reason for different things. So what would interest you is, what is my own purpose? You as a person, I think you should start from that before you make the entire universe a project. Find out what your own purpose is. And in Ifa, it is very simple. I think you are the one that commented that you're a Christian, but you want to find out about Ifa. In Ifa, it makes it very easy. Are you Yoruba or English? The person that typed that question, Freedom Sage. Please, are you Yoruba or English so that I know how to answer your question? If you are Yoruba, you would understand it with the analysis I want to give right now. You are Yoruba, okay. Wọ́n ní ìgbà tá ń tí kọ́lé ọ̀run bọ̀ wá sítáyé, ìgbà tá ń tí ọ̀run bọ̀ wá sáyé, ká tó délé ayé yìí ibì kan láti wá o. Kò ń ṣejọ́ tí ìyá yín lóyún yín. That's not the day you started. What started forming in your mother's womb is this your body. The spirit that embodies this your flesh is not your father's sperm and your mother's egg that created it. Are we on the same page with that? That spirit has existed before time. I'm sure Christianity also tells you that. It's not your father and mother that created spirit. So, ìgbà tá ń tí kọ́lé ọ̀run, ibi tí spirit yẹn ti wà, ìgbà tá ń tí kọ́lé ọ̀run bọ̀ wá sáyé, ayálé àjàlá, òrìṣà kan wà tá ń pè lájàlá, ìyẹn àjàlá mọrímọrí, àjàlá tó mọ orí, tó mọ ìpín, tó mọ ìṣẹ̀dá, tó mọ nǹkan téèyàn wá ṣe nílé ayé, your purpose, your destiny. Ayan orí, ayan ìpín, ayan ìṣẹ̀dá níbẹ̀, àwa délé ayé. But ẹ rántí pé gbà tó bí wa sílé ayé, màjèsín ló bí wa, we were born as infants. Rántí nǹkan tá a yàn mọ́. A lot of people don't remember where they are coming from, what their past life is. And because of that, people ignorantly say, oh, there's nothing like life existed before here. But there are certain people who remember a little bit, but then we cannot base it on those remembering a little bit. So we are here, like you are asking today, every other adult is asking, what is our purpose? Wọ́n wá sọ fún wa pé Ifá ló ṣe ẹlẹ́rìí ìpín tá a yàn yẹn. That purpose, Ifá ṣe ẹlẹ́rìí ẹ̀. Just like you go to a courthouse and they say, who witnessed the incidents that happened on September 14, 1921? Mr. Adekunle Johnson. Call forth the witness. Sometimes they say, oh, there was a CCTV camera at that place. Oh, play the footage of the security camera so that we can see what happened. The security camera is serving as a witness. So Ifá was the witness when you picked that destiny. Now, you might ask, what is Ifá? I will give you 4 definitions of Ifá. Ifá ni ohùn ẹnu Olódùmarè. Ifá is the words or the voice of Olódùmarè. Olódùmarè is the divine and supreme being. Who is in charge of that creation you are asking for? So you see the person that created everything, who are you supposed to ask? Like when you enter into the LG store, you want to find out the person that created everything. You are not speaking to the sales rep. You are not speaking to the manager. I want to find out the brain behind this company. Who created all this? I want to understand why he's doing it. Olódùmarè is the creator of everything. The ones we see are the ones we don't see. The words of Olódùmarè, that is Ifá. So if you want to find out about something, who do you go to? The one that created it. How does the one that created it communicate with you? With words. That is what Ifá is. Ifá is also called ẹlẹ́rìí ìpín, the witness of your destiny. So immediately they tell you, somebody was there that witnessed your destiny. What's the natural thing? You want to go to that person. You want to go to that person that witnessed your destiny to ask, please, what is the purpose and destiny you witnessed? Then you come to Ifá and a divination is made to tell you your own purpose. Now, one of the reasons that religion and westernization try to hide this is because of that. Because more than what religion can provide and tell you, oh, the purpose of everybody on earth is to serve God, is to do the will of God. What does serving God mean to a 5-year-old? What does doing the will of God mean to a 65-year-old? What serving God means to a 5-year-old child in North Carolina is not the same thing it means to a 47-year-old man in Kumasi, Ghana. Nobody can give you specifics. Religion cannot. But Ifá gives you specifics, including the career you are supposed to do, the person you are supposed to marry, the country you are supposed to live in, the business type you are supposed to do, the health challenges you are likely to have, the taboos that doesn't work with you, the days of the week that works best for you, whether you are going to have children or not, the challenges you are supposed to face in life or you are likely to face in life and how to go about it. Every detail of your life is what Ifá will reveal to you that day. Now, the funny part of it is that you are not even supposed to wait until adulthood to find out. So in African spirituality, I'm sure of it in Ifá, it is called Àbọṣíṣẹ. Igbo spirituality have their own. Voodoo that is practiced in West Africa has their own. In Yoruba spirituality, which is Ifá, 3 days after a child is born, on the 3rd day, day 3-year-old, day 3-day-old of that child, they are supposed to do a divination called Àbọṣíṣẹ. Àbọṣíṣẹ is that first divination that gives the father and the mother the entire manuscript and manual of the purpose and plan of that child's life. So if westernization and religion did not come to erode this thing, your father and your mother were supposed to know. Why? Because it helps them to nurture and to guide that child into what is their own path. So if the parents have 10 children, they are not raising all 10 children the same way, the way life is right now. Your father and your mother is not just there choosing to decide this is what you are supposed to do. Because your father is a lawyer, every one of you automatically have to become lawyers. Then you go to school, you study law. Then after you study law, you give your father the certificate. I studied this law because of you. My passion is music. How can you say your passion is music? How much do you think musicians are earning until they start to see Davido and Wizkid and Burna Boy and Tiwa Savage and Adekunle Gold? Then everybody wants to become a musician. Back in the day when I was younger, people that played soccer, so you're just wasting your time in the field until soccer became they are paying footballers millions. Everybody now wants their children. No. Some people will succeed in soccer. Some people will succeed as lawyers. Some people as engineers. Some people as fashion designers. We have seen lawyers turn fashion designers after building law firms. They stepped into fashion in 2 years and it's as if they did juju according to religion. So this is that purpose. The way it was designed in tradition, your parents were supposed to know that purpose at that time. And everybody has a unique one. Now, let me tell you how interesting it is in Ifa. When you say polygamy is a sin, marrying 2 or 3 wives is a sin. We have seen people that went into polygamy and they successfully managed 3 wives and 10 children. And you look at their family and the love and the success their family is giving is better than you. That's Pastor and Pastor Mrs. raised you. Life has shown us that. They will say, stop having 3, 4, 5 different girlfriends. Some people will have it, nothing will happen to them. Oh, don't commit abortion. Don't do this and do that. You know some girls that did that. They lived what you call wayward life, did everything. They still found the best man to marry. You that you are virgin till age 40, nobody has seen you. You think he's village people, he's not. Everybody has their own path. Which is why that manuscript of thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that, there is a manuscript that calls everybody a sinner by one single yardstick, is not visible. Because what is working for this person right now might not work for you. Even religion has shown you there are different parts of different holy books where the things that we call sin, certain people in the holy books, they did it. And it was still considered for them for righteousness. When it comes to Bible, me too, I know small. You understand what I'm saying? I was the assistant pastor for so many years. I started in Deeper Life Church. Deeper Life Church is a church that focuses on Bible. So I know. And every time we read through that, you would remember that they said somebody should not touch the Ark of Covenant. This one touched it. Everything in his house fell apart. The same Ark of Covenant, somebody else touched it and it brought blessing. Abraham lied about his sister being his wife, or his wife being his sister. God did not punish Abraham. Imagine that me and my husband are going out now. And then somebody says, I like this fine girl, melanin popping. Is she your wife? Oh no, she's my sister. He said I'm his sister, and the person said, I like this girl, please come to my house, I want to date you. Then God is going to punish that guy for saying he wants to date me because what? He wants to sleep with another person's wife. But excuse me, her husband said he's his sister. You see all of those things, you see how it is? That is to show you that life is not that black and white that religion has made it to be. If I will prove that to you, if I will tell that to you, life is not black and white. Life is what color you have chosen, what color has been predestined for you. That is why some people are allowed to take more than one wife. Some people are allowed to marry different men at different points in their life, and their life will still flourish. Some people cannot try it. They cannot. The moment they cheat on one woman like this, kasala will just scatter everywhere. That's when their life starts taking a downturn. But they are looking at this man and they are wondering, but we are doing the same thing. The day you remember that time in school, everybody is doing something. Those of you that went to boarding school or school generally, everybody is doing something. The day you try, that's the day they will catch you. That first time that you try it. Meanwhile, hundreds of other students have done the same thing and gotten away with it. If that thing does not align with your path, your spirit and your path, your purpose does not allow for you to do it. That is one of the beautiful things about Ifá. So the person that asked about purpose, Ifá is the one that can tell you your personal purpose, your journey in details. I mean in real life details, the way I'm telling you like this. Not thou shalt not, if thou doest, thou wentest and thou steerest and thou risest. There is no thou. There is no risest and this. There is no, hey, this is how you explain it. And 20 people are explaining it in different ways. Ifá is not ambiguous. It's not ambiguous. It doesn't need you to translate it. It is there, open and clear. So Ifá is an of Christ in Christianity. No. Ifá does not have anything to do with Christ in Christianity. Ifá does not have anything to do with Christ in Christianity. I will tell you that as a matter of fact, because I have been down that Christianity path. Listen to what I said right now. Ifá is the word that speaks specifically from the mouth of Olódùmarè. When they tell you Christ is the word of God, what is that? What are the words? How does that speak to you as a person? Tell me what part of the Bible can tell you that you have 2 business deals in front of you right now. Somebody wants to give you a visa to travel to Canada, and another person wants to give you 20 million naira to start a hair business in Nigeria. How does the Bible help you choose which one is good for you? Naturally, as a Christian in Nigeria, the visa is the will of God. I'm just saying. How does those words of how does it help you to choose? Let's be practical. Let's look at it practically. How does it help you to choose? It cannot help you to choose. Now, when you say the Holy Spirit is the one that helps you to choose, question is, how do you know when the Holy Spirit is speaking to you? What does the voice sound like? What is the language? What is that one way, one voice that every one of us can test and prove that this is the Holy Spirit? I'm not telling you, I'm not asking you what he said to you in your mind that no other person around you can prove. Because a couple of weeks ago, some people came, different people all over the world, and they swore to us that Jesus was the one that told them that rapture was going to happen. And people, strangers, were also confirming that they saw it. That day came and went now. It did not happen. But they claim. Now, do you know why a lot of other Christians were disputing it? Because there is no one way to validate God said, Holy Spirit said. But when you come to Ifá, it can be universally validated. You want to try it. A lot of my clients that has come to me from religion, I've told them to try it. Pick a babalawo in Nigeria. Pick one in Brazil. Pick one in the US. Pick one in the UK that you know that they are babalawos. They are not people pretending to be. Tell them your name, your mother's name, and pick a situation in your life. Tell them to make a divination for you at the same time. So maybe you are on WhatsApp. You send me a message, send another babalawo a message, send another babalawo a message, and you press send. That they should do it for you. You want the divination done for you today. In fact, you want the divination done for you in real time. You want to be on the call when they are doing it. Tobada Ifá, I can beat my chest to it anywhere I'm back. The Odù that is going to come out, the translation of that Odù that is going to come out, the message that is going to come out on that situation for you at that time is going to be the same. If I do a divination for you now and you want to confirm if it is true, call another babalawo within the same time. Now, emphasis on within the same time, and I will explain to you why I said within the same time frame. It's going to be the same. A lot of people have come to me to confirm certain things. I mean, on Sunday, the Iyanifa from US, she was here on the live streaming. She shared it with you guys on the live streaming, saying she has been receiving messaging in her spirit, talking about what her egbe is, blah, blah, blah. And she did a divination from me without telling me anything. She's also an Iyanifa or an Ifa priestess. And she asked, and the result I gave her, In fact, I wasn't even the one that did it. I told one of the babas on my team to do it because I had quite a lot of things to do. They did it for her. I forwarded it to her. It was exactly the same thing that Iyanifa told her. She just wanted somebody to confirm. The person doesn't know her. They don't have to fast and pray. They don't have to enter into spirit. That's the difference. So it is how do I put it? It is reducing when you say Ifa is like Holy Spirit. It's not like it in any way. Ifa is clear, Ifa is straight, Ifa is unambiguous. Straight and unambiguous. So if you are interested in finding your purpose, and let me also interest you, one of the beautiful things about Ifa is Ifa does not care what religion you practice. Ifa is not a religion. So whether you are Christian or Muslim and you are interested and you're like, I've not been able to get my precise purpose and path in life from my current religion, Ifa welcomes you. The divination will be done for you. You will ask questions, you will receive answers, you will go. If you come to me today, I make a divination for you using Ifa, and you get answers and you go. I'm not going to call you back tomorrow and say, Sister Freedom, we did not see you in the divination yesterday. Why do I want to see you in the divination again if you don't have anything to do? So irrespective of what your religion, what your practice is, Ifa doesn't have anything to do with that. It's like you're going into school to ask a professor a question, whether you are Igbo, whether you are Yoruba, whether you are this. You just know the man is a teacher and you ask, please sir, can you explain this to me? He's not going to ask you first of all, what's the name of your school? What has my school got to do with it? I'm just asking you for directions. Should I pass left or right? That's how Ifa is. Is that okay? So Ifa welcomes you. You want to make a divination to be clear on your life journey, send a message to the WhatsApp number that is on your screen right now. The WhatsApp number that is on your screen right now. Send a message to that WhatsApp number and you can make inquiries, particularly about your purpose. I say it a lot. Life is too complicated, as it were, in 2025, in this current year, for you to now be still working without purpose and gambling around. Do you understand? Somebody said, you mean you are now mandated to worship Ifa against your will? No, nobody. How do you mandate somebody to do something against their will? If people are doing something, as long as you are not imprisoning them, is their will. That's me. They told me different. That's me. Different people told you to go to Ifa. Is that what you're saying? So if different people have advised this person to go to Ifa, how is that against their will? You're an adult. Nobody holds you against your will. At least not Ifa. It is religion you are practicing against your will, because nobody asked you for your choice when you became a Christian. You are literally born into it. If there's anything you are practicing against your will, it's religion. Because they are supposed to allow you to become an adult, place different choices before you and tell you to choose something you are going to do with your adult life. You should at least be able to choose. But how many people, you are born into one thing? How is that even a choice? You have one thing and you pick one thing out of one thing. That's not a choice. That's a mandation. That is you being fixed into something. You understand? So people that are coming back to African spirituality, the number is on your screen. Why must you worship something at all? That's a personal question you have to answer. They are atheists. They don't believe in anything to worship. It's a free world. If you haven't seen any reason to worship, no, you don't have to. You don't even have to come to Ifa. You don't understand what this thing is. You don't have to. The day you find the reason to, you are welcome. Until then, continue to enjoy social media. Continue to eat, sleep, and wake up. Go to the gym and stay fit. Eat healthy, marry right, enjoy intimacy, travel all over the world. Life is beautiful. You don't have to worship anything. Why must you? But the day that the need will arise, nobody will tell you. You see all these people that are carrying, you must be born again. They don't understand life. How many times did you see an Ifa priest say, come to the shrine today? No. For the people that go there, go there. Ijo to ba shele. You are the one that will be asking, please, where can I get an Ifa priest here? Is there any voodoo priest here? Is there any Dibia here? You are the one that will ask yourself. And that day, their doors will be open to receive you. If I will not even say, oh, where have you gone all these days? So you left and you came back because you had a problem. If I will welcome you, arms open. What do you need? You will get the solution and off you go. And some of you will go off again until you have the next problem. And if I will still welcome you again. So you don't have to worship anything. This page and this program is not for you to see the reason why you have to be in Ifa. No. This page and this program is people that want to get knowledge. And as they learn, they do with it whatever it is they choose as an adult that has free will. Okay. So we have gone through the blessings and the lessons. Application, we have seen how to apply it to our relationship. In career and money, even when you are limited or you are fragile, act with diligence and humility. Success will come. Even when you feel you are limited, you are fragile, the story of Jane that I reference now. It's not a story, it's a real life situation of Jane you're welcome, Freedom Sage. Just like Jane that I reference now, at every point that you are, no matter how limited you think you are financially, geographically, Ifa says that if you act with diligence and humility, success will come. In your personal growth, Ifa says true strength lies in knowing when to bow. Pride will shut doors. Humility will open them. Wisdom is to know as you grow personally. Maturity is to know when to bow and when to raise your shoulder. That's the definition of maturity. Maturity is when you come to understand that pride will shut doors of opportunity for you. Humility will open it for you. Are you located in Nigeria, Iyanifa? Oh, yes, I am. Ogbeni Peteru. Yes, I am. Eshegoni. The spiritual side of it, how do you apply it to your spiritual life? It says, approach the Awo, approach Ifa, approach Olódùmarè with reverence. The Awos are the priests and priestesses. He says you should approach them, approach the Orishas, the Irunmoles with reverence, with Iba. For those of you that usually that starts early in the morning to join the live streaming, and when we make Iba, you will see that I always mention Àṣìbà àwọn babaláwo, àwọn Iyanifa, àwọn baba lóríṣà, ìyá lóríṣà, àpẹ̀tẹ̀bí, eléwé ọmọ, àwọn àbíyè, àwọn olúwo. All those people are Awo. Àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ irúnmọlẹ̀. We make Iba for them. In the four corners of the earth where they are, east, west, north, and south, we pay respect and homage to them before we start doing anything at all. So please, this is a very important part of your own spiritual journey. Approach Awo with reverence and respect. If you don't like the way an Awo is going about his life, avoid them. Instead of putting yourself in a situation where you have to be disrespectful to Awo, just avoid them. Just leave and go. It's for your own good. Leave and go. They are representing authority. It's like an ambassador, like a government official, like a law enforcement agent. When they wear that uniform, they are representing a whole country. Leave them and go. You don't like them, it's okay. You don't have to like anybody. They themselves, they don't want to be liked by everybody. Everybody likes you is delusion. You will like everybody is delusion. I don't like the way that Babalawo talks. It's okay, go. It's okay, just leave them and go. The ones you like, whether you like them or not, give them the respect that is due to them and scroll. Avoid it. Resist the urge to go into the space of an hour and start typing disrespectful statements. Avoid it. Your hand is itching you. Go and type I love you to your mommy. Your hand wants to press keypad. Go and type God bless you to your daddy. Go and type prayer message to your friends. It's better for you to even go and gossip in your friend group than to type rubbish in the comment section of an hour. Avoid it. No, I need to make this person see that this is what they are doing. Okay, continue. When the time comes, you ask, you explain to them who gave you the direction to tell somebody what you think. It says here that you should approach Odù Ifá Olódùmarè with reverence, in full symbolic submission to the divine order. The Ìwúre for today, which is the last part, says, Àtòrí lẹ́gẹ́lẹ́gẹ́, ẹni tó tẹríba fún awo, jẹ́ kí ìrìn àjò tèmi náà kó tẹ̀síre bí mo ṣe ń tẹríba fún awo. Kí ìwà ìtẹ́lọ́rùn àti ìwà pẹ̀lẹ́, ìwà rere kó pẹ̀lú mi sí ìdí àṣeyọrí, kó sì mí sí ìdí àṣeyọrí, kó ṣílẹ̀kùn àṣeyọrí fún mi. Ìwà ìtẹ́lọ́rùn, ìwà rere, ìwà pẹ̀lẹ́. Kí gbogbo ẹbọ mi gbà, kí orí mi gbé sókè pẹ̀lú ìyìn àti ẹ̀yẹ. Àṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Please, as you like, tap, share, and follow. Very important. The English translation says, Àtòrí lẹ́gẹ́lẹ́gẹ́, the one who bowed down before Awo and God blessed. As I pay respect and iba to those ahead of me, let my journey be filled with blessings. Let humility, good character, and hope, let it open the door of success for me. Let all my sacrifices be accepted, and let my ori be lifted in honor and in dignity. Àṣẹ. Mo ṣe Àbọrú, Àbọyè, Àbọṣíṣẹ. Freedom Sage still asks one question. Let me see if I can take this last question. He says, but it seems religion is just the same, just like members should respect pastor. So is religion that told you to respect people? And you are Yoruba, and your ọmọ Yoruba ń sọ pé religion ló ní káwọn respect èèyàn. You see what I say? Àwọn èèyàn tí ń fọwọ́ òsì júwe ilé bàbá wọn báyìí o. If you are a Yoruba person and you say it is religion that is telling you to respect people, religion is what is teaching you. It's religion that taught you to respect your pastor and your GO. It is culture and tradition. Culture and tradition. You see all those kneeling down for your GO, shaking and trembling in front of your GO. It's not in religion. Go and look at the people that brought religion to you. Go and look at the people that brought religion to you. Look at their own culture and tradition. Does it have shaking and trembling there? It doesn't. People stand up and shake each other like this. You see, you know where they got that? Where the your African churches and churches that have sprung out of people of color got that is Yoruba tradition, African tradition that they carried into church. It is African tradition they carried into church. So you see that thing when you cannot tell me that you haven't experienced houses where daddy is coming and everybody is running. Hey, daddy is coming. Let's make the bed. Let's clean the house. Let's make sure. It is a sign of respect to daddy. Daddy has given an instruction that this house must be in the state of order. And everybody is trying to make sure that daddy meets it the way that it's supposed to be. It's not religion that taught you that. That has got nothing to do with religion. It has got everything to do with culture and tradition. And when I say that you should come before your Awos, before Ifá and Olódùmarè, in respect, in honor, that is not religion. Ifá is not a religion. Ifá has got nothing to do with religion. So when you make the comment, just like in religion, when you make the comment, it seems religion is just the same. Ifá does not have anything to do with religion. Do you understand? I know that it will take a whole lot of us time to understand that Ifá is not a religion. Exactly, thank you very much. Nobody mentioned trembling in Ifá. Nobody say you should come to. In everything I read now in Yoruba and English, does anything sound like trembling they could see? When you honor and respect people, it is morals. It is morals that helps you see people that are of higher authority and you show them respect. And that's one major thing that has become lacking in African societies. And that's one of the major reasons that a lot of things is the way they are. And that is, you see, the things that have been displaced because of lack of honor, lack of respect, lack of morals in that regard to authority and to people ahead of you. The result we have, that is the result they intended for it to be when they brought every other thing to displace it. So we are telling ourselves now, rebuilding who we are as Africans, rebuilding who you are, rebuilding ourselves, returning back to discover ourselves. These are the things we have to put in place. Ìwà rere, ìwà pẹ̀lẹ́, ìtẹríba, ìtẹ́lọ́rùn. Today's focus is on ìtẹríba àti ìwà pẹ̀lẹ́. It is an important part of this your life journey. Remember the Odù Ifá that I told you, I said, there are some people you cannot fight. Ifá ní ẹni tó jù ni lọ lè jù ni nù. There are some, you just respect them. You hand them over to your Ori, hand them over to Olódùmarè, hand them over to the Orisha. You don't go about fighting them. Wà tẹ́ńbẹ̀, wà kàn dínú yọ̀. Wà tẹ́bọ̀ níbẹ̀. It's not every time that you have something to say against somebody that is of higher significance than you open your mouth and say, I can see anything. It's not, there is freedom of speech. There is freedom of speech, but wisdom is to know when to use that wisdom, when to use that freedom. Maturity is for you to know that I have freedom to jump from the third-story building down, but I will not do it because it has consequences. I will not do it because it has consequences. So there is freedom of speech, freedom of expression. The wisdom of Ifá is when you know when to express that freedom and when to hold it in. Bí ọmọlúàbí gangan, bí ọmọ Yorùbá gidi. Does seeking knowledge in Ifá stop one from practicing? Like I said before, maybe you are just joining. Seeking knowledge in Ifá, getting the knowledge of Ifá, following the instructions of Ifá has nothing to do with the religion you are practicing, which is why if you come to an Ifá priest to seek knowledge and seek guidance, or you come to Ifá college to learn about Ifá, nobody asks you what is your religion. Do you go to church? What church do you attend? We don't ask you anything like that. We don't. Which is one of the reasons, I will tell you this, I know a lot of people are still struggling with it, is one of the reasons why Ifá is not an option when it comes to religion, choice of religion in a country. Take for instance, Nigeria. There is freedom of worship, there is freedom of religion, but the two religions that Nigeria recognizes is Islam and Christianity. It's because Ifá is not a religion. Because the people that are coming to say, oh, they should help, let us fight for it, let Ifá be included as one of the religion. As a person practicing Ifá, they are supposed to give us a space. The space they are supposed to give, the third space is non-religious practicing. I don't practice a religion. Are you a Christian? No. Are you a Muslim? No. What do you practice? I don't practice religion, and that is okay. You are not practicing religion. So Ifá does not have anything to do with religion. It doesn't even have anything to do with your culture or your language, which is why Ifá welcomes everybody, irrespective of who you are and where you are coming from. Irrespective of your language, of your color. As much as everybody thinks the discovery of Ifá is a fight against a certain color, Ifá doesn't even care about that. As people of color were rejecting Ifá back in the day, the people of the other color were coming back to Ifá. They were coming to Ifá, not coming back. Those ones were just coming, picking the knowledge and applying it, and it was working for them. Chibi is just recently that people of color too started saying, let's return to our roots. Do you know what those other people have done with Ifa and African spirituality while we were burying our head in Exodus and Revelation and Psalm and Proverbs and prayer and fasting and communion? Do you know what they were doing with that knowledge? Exactly. And that is because everybody is welcome there. So let me ask you again. What do you stand to lose if you gain knowledge? The person that says check Ifa for me, send a message to the WhatsApp number that is pinned on your screen. If you are watching on YouTube, you are catching a replay, the WhatsApp number will be in the description box below. We have 8 minutes more to wrap up for today. In absence of any question, let us make our Iwuri. But just before we go, somebody said Jesus is king. Oni of Ife is also king. Dubai also has a king. Igbo land also has a king. If you go to your village, you will find a king there. There are so many kings. Is that okay? So we are not really bothered. We also have a king in our community. I'm a Yoruba girl. The king of our entire Yoruba community, home and abroad, is the Oni of Ife. Obviously, Ashibao. So your own king is Jesus. Congratulations on that. But that's not a new thing. It's not a big deal. Every community has king. So this is Ifa College, the TikTok channel of Ifa College and the YouTube channel of Iyanifa Ewa TV. Every morning like this, 6 a.m. Nigerian time, 1 a.m. on the EST, Monday to Friday, weekdays, we come together to dive into the knowledge of the Odù Ifá, to learn the undiluted, unwatered down truth about Ifa, about ÌṢÄШE, about our roots, our culture, our language, our tradition. We learn new things. First step is to unlearn the misconceptions and the lies that you have been told about yourself. The second thing is to learn the truth about it. The truth about it. And to relearn certain things that you used to know that you probably didn't take seriously or you have forgotten. ifacollect.ng is the website. Go there, check through the courses that we have, register for a course in Ifa today. But more than everything else, start by finding out what your purpose is. We have been able to test and prove that over the centuries and even in recent time that there is no religion that gives you your purpose in life. I mean your personal journey in life outside of Ifa. You will not find it everywhere. Everybody will just be gambling and telling you, I think, therefore, hitherto, moreover, maybe. We are talking the real thing, precise information about what your purpose is, what your plan is, what are you here to do. So you visit ifacollect.ng to register for a course, and if you need to make a divination to find out your purpose, you are going through some things and you can't seem to answer the questions, or you just want to get the knowledge of Ifa, like, let me even know what this Ifa is. Send a message via the WhatsApp number that is now showing on your screen. This is season 2, episode 7 of our share for today. Season 1 had 26 episodes and it was amazing. Season 2 started on a great and exciting note, and this is episode 7. If you missed any of the previous episodes, or you just want to remind yourself, head over to our YouTube channel, Iyanifa Ewa TV, and watch all the replays. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the gifts. Elédùmarè, our ancestors will continue to lead us into the place of knowledge. I'm your host, Iyanifa Ewa, the host of our share for today and the founder of Ifa College, alongside 40 other elders that includes àwọn babaláwo, Iyanifa, babalóríṣà, ìyálóríṣà, àwọn ìyá àbíyè, àwọn olúwo, àwọn àpẹtẹ̀bí, àwọn eléwé ọmọ, àwọn oníṣègùn. We have all come together to push this success. Àṣẹ Èdùmàrè, àwọn Aláṣẹkù, wọ́n á bá wa ṣe láṣepé, àṣẹ. Now, if you are on this live streaming and you are Igbo, you are from the southeastern part of Nigeria, and you are trying to connect to your own ancestors in the way that aligns with your ancestral lineage. Yes, you love Ifa, but you still want to know how to connect to the deities of your house, because there are some Odù Ifás that will come to you, and the Odù Ifá will instruct you to go to your father's house, find out the deity and the Orisha, and appease that particular one. So if you are Igbo, Ifa is sending you to your village, to Anambra, to Ebonyi, to Imo, to Umuahia, and you are trying to lay your hands on or get close to a dibia that can direct you. My husband is a dibia kana. So if you want to link up with a dibia that will lead you in the path of your ancestors, you want to do Afa divination, you want to install your agu, appease your water spirit, communicate with your water of reincarnation, the deities of your father and your mother's house, and every other thing in between, you can reach out to Dibia Kana. Dibia Kana, please, if you're on the live streaming, can you drop your WhatsApp number so that they can reach out to you? But if Dibia Kana is not on the live stream, maybe he's busy in the shrine doing something, you can reach out to that WhatsApp number that is pinned on your screen too. When you drop a message, indicate that you want to connect with the Dibia. Is that okay? You are from Delta State and you have been asked to go to your village. All right. So if you are Delta Igbo, okay, and you know there are different parts of Delta. If you are Delta Igbo, Dibia Kana will still be able to direct you as to where to go, or he might know some priest that works within your state too. They also have a community that you can reach out to. But if you are trying to find, someone said they are from Plateau State. I don't know how spirituality is practiced in Plateau State, but like I said, Ifa welcomes everybody, irrespective of where you are coming from. Ifa welcomes everybody. Is that okay? Thank you very much for joining us today. Aláṣẹkù, Ifa will continue to increase our knowledge, increase our wisdom, increase, and above all, above getting the knowledge, I pray that you are able to apply it to your everyday life. You are able to do more than that. You are from Ghana, no problem. Send a message to the WhatsApp number that has been pinned on your screen. Send a message to the WhatsApp number that has been pinned on your screen. Akodaye Ashiba, Ashiba Sheda, Ashiba Tiwaye Ojo, Ashiba Tiwo. Elédùmarè ọba tẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé Ashiba, Anikiba wa sheo. Àṣèbà olúbíkin, àṣèbà ọ̀sányìnbíkin, àjàgùnmàlè olúwo òde ọ̀run àṣèbà. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọ̀pákẹ́ àlàkẹ́, ẹ̀yin alágbogbo idẹ àṣèbà. Ẹ̀yin arúgbaṣọ má balẹ̀, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọlọ́mú kan tí ń fún gba ọmọ lọ́mú. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi òṣòro mọ̀nìgà, olókìkí òru, ẹ̀yin atẹnudùrò òǹró, ẹ̀yin apanimáyọ̀dà àṣèbà, àṣèbà, Aníkíbà wa ṣe ọ́. Olúbíkin ọ̀sányìnbíkin àṣèbà, gbogbo babaláwo, gbogbo wà lórìṣà, bàbá lórìṣà, gbogbo àpẹ̀tẹ̀bí, gbogbo àwọn eléwé ọmọ nílé lóko lẹ́yìn òdì, níbi gbogbo tẹ́ bá ti ń jókòó ṣiṣẹ́ ẹrú mọ́lẹ̀, àṣèbà yín o. Mo ṣèbà Jíbọ́lá mi ògbódò ọ̀rà, mo ṣèbà Ẹdán, mo ṣèbà onílé, mo ṣèbà gbogbo olúwo, ẹ̀yin olúwo mi àsápè ọ̀là kábíyèsí, ògbé màálùú mi tiwótiwó, mo ṣèbà yín o. Ẹ̀yin o, mo ṣèbà gbogbo balógun, gbogbo lísà, gbogbo apè látòkèdókè láì dápá kan sí, mo ṣèbà, mo ní kíbà mi ṣe ọ. Gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà tá à ń gbọ́sẹ̀ fún lénìí, tá à ń ṣọ̀sẹ̀ fún lénìí, àṣèbà, àníkẹ́ bá wa gbà ọ́. Yèyé Ọ̀ṣun, iye gbogbo ọmọ ẹja, iye mọ́já, àṣèbà, Ògúnlákáyé, àṣèbà, àṣeyé ìpà ọ̀ṣà, àṣeyé ìpà ikin, àṣeyé ìpà ifá, àní ifá orí mi rèé o, kíbà wa ṣe ọ. Gbogbo agbára tó solé ayé ó, gbogbo agbára tó ṣílẹ̀kùn ọjọ́ èní la ṣèbà fún, àníkíbà wa ṣe ọ. A tún ti wá kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ifá lénìí, ìwà rere, ìwà pẹ̀lẹ́ tó fi ń dá ọmọlúàbí mọ̀, tó fi ń dá ọmọ Yorùbá rere mọ̀, tó fi ń dá ọmọ awo ọmọ Ifá mọ̀, kí orí wa kó wá bá wa ṣe, kẹ́lẹ́dàá wá bá wa ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Kórí inú wa kó má bá ti òde jẹ́, ibi tó rí ń gbé wa lọ kẹ́sẹ̀ má ṣì wá lọ́nà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àtẹ́lẹ̀ ọwọ́ ẹni kò kí ń tán ní jẹ́, kátẹ́lẹ̀ ọwọ́ wa máa múre wá, kó máa máyọ̀ wá, kó máa mọ́là àtọ̀là wá fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ibi gbogbo tá a bá kọjú sí ká máa ríre níbẹ̀. Wọ́n ní láàárín Ìpèrègùn ní màrìwò tí ń ṣèṣọ́ lòdì, láàárín àwọn tó ní okùnrin tẹ́ ẹ máa gbé gbà yẹn, ìṣẹ́jú wọn láàárín wọn òun lẹ́tí máa kó ẹ̀ṣọ́, tẹ́ ẹ ti máa fẹ̀ṣọ́ ṣara, tẹ́ ẹ ti máa fọláṣọlá, tẹ́ ẹ ti máa fowó ṣòwò, tẹ́ ẹ ti máa mówó ní owó, tẹ́ ẹ ti máa débi gíga láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ ní ṣubú dànù. Ẹni tó bá ní ká má dé òun làwa ò ní délé bá. Ẹni tẹ́ ẹ dágbére fún kò ní mọ ibi tẹ́ ẹ lọ. Ẹni tẹ́ ẹ dágbére fún ò ní mọ ibi tẹ́ ẹ yà sí o. Ẹ ní ráriwo ẹgbàmí nílé yín. Tẹ́kún bá máa jáde lẹ́kún lójú wa, ẹkún ayọ̀ ló máa jẹ́. Wọn ò ní gbọ́ bàtà ọ̀fọ̀ síwájú ilé wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní gbọ́mọ sí, àní gbọ́mọdé sí. Àwọn àgbàlagbà tó ti dògbó, tó ti fèrèdì gbòdì nílé wa, àwọn la máa sì lọ ibi àgbáre láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọn ò ní fún àwọn àgbàlagbà ilé wa, wọn ò ní fi wọ́n ṣàgbàna fún wa o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ire lójú owó ń rí, ire lójú èmi àti yín rí. Wọ́n ní ọmọ kéré ó tóbi, ọwọ́ méjèèjì báyìí ló fi ń gbé gẹ̀gẹ̀, ọwọ́ méjèèjì la fi ń gbẹ́yìn gẹ̀gẹ̀, ọmọ aráyé á gbé wa gẹ̀gẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní ṣẹ̀sín, àní faráyé, àní bọ́mọ aráyé, àní bá wọn fọwọ́ tì láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ̀fún ayé ò ní fún wa o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní ṣàṣìṣe, èdè ayé ò ní dè wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo bí tá a bá wá ń kọjú sí, ajé ògúngúlú sọ onísọ̀bòjì á bá wa débẹ̀. Ajé á sọ gbogbo iṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe, á sọ di irun, á sọ dìgbà lọ́wọ́ wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní ṣubú dànù, gbogbo nǹkan tá a ti fi àárọ̀ ọjọ́ wa kójọ yìí, àní fẹ̀yìn ọwọ́ wa, àní fi dànù. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ìjọba láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, ọkọ̀ ọba àdá ọba kò ní ṣá yín lẹ́sẹ̀. Ìjọ tẹ́ bá wá ń jókòó tẹ́ fẹ́ gba ẹ̀tọ́ yín, wọn ò ní fẹ́ lò ní ìṣe yín. Ọmọ aráyé ò ní fẹ́ ẹ̀tọ́ yín, wọn ò ní fi ṣàpínlé. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́, ẹ̀yin náà lẹ máa jẹ. Kò wá ní gbóná jù lẹ́nu yín, kò ní tutù jù lẹ́nu yín, kò ní kan lẹ́nu yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní dídùn dídùn báyìí là ń bá fara ọyìn, ilé mi àti dídùn dídùn ló máa so láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní ẹran ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ló fi ń bọ fálótù ìfẹ́, ara tù wá, ara dẹ̀ wá pẹ̀sẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Bí irun orí ṣe ń bàṣírí orí, tí èékánná ọwọ́ ń bàṣírí ọwọ́, tí èékánná ẹsẹ̀ ń bàṣírí ẹsẹ̀, ọmọ aráyé á fajé, wọ́n á fi ire, wọ́n á fi ọlá, wọ́n á fi ọlà, wọ́n á fi bo èmi àti yín láṣìírí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣírí ẹ̀kọ́ kan ní tú lójú ewé, àṣírí wa ò ní tú lójú ọmọ aráyé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ibi tá a ti ń bù á máa dí fún wa níbẹ̀, ajé á máa bù dí fún wa ní. Wọ́n ní àpò ṣàṣàmùrà ò kì í gbẹ, àpò wa ò ní gbẹ fowó, ilé wa ò ní gbẹ fọ́lá, ilé wa ò ní gbẹ fáyọ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ìró ayọ̀ báyìí la máa gbọ́ lórí àwọn ẹbí àti ará wa níbi gbogbo tá a bá wà. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá wà lókè òkun, tẹ́ ti fi lélẹ̀, tẹ́ ti ré àjò, èrè oko báyìí òun lẹ máa kó délé. Ẹ ní sùn sájò, ẹ ní kú sájò bí èéfín. Ẹ wá ní dàbí ejò tó kọjá ní orí àpáta tí ò nípa. Ìlú òyìnbó tẹ́ lọ yẹn á nípa rere fún yín, á nípa ọlá fún yín, á nípa ọlà fún yín. Ẹ ní ṣe lásán, ẹ ní báráyé fọwọ́ tì. Ní ìlú àjòjì tẹ́ wà yẹn, ẹ ní fi aṣọ kékeré, aṣọ péńpé, ẹ ní fi orúkọ ọba. Wọn ò ní gbókùn yín ránṣẹ́ sílé. Àwọn tẹ́ fi sílé náà, ire àtayọ̀ báyìí òun lẹ máa bá wọn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo àdáwọ́lé wa kó máa yọrí sí rere. Ọ̀sá méjì, ọ̀sá ẹlẹ́yẹ, èyí ìyá mi òṣòro mọ̀nìgà. Mi ìpè yín fúnkún, mi ìpè yín fárùn, nítorí ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan nù wa tá a wà bí ni mo ṣe pè é. Ojú rere yín la béèrè fún, ẹ̀yọ́nú yín la béèrè fún. Ẹ̀yin tó láyé, ẹ̀yin tó nílẹ̀, ẹ wá fàyè gbà wá. Ẹ wá fọ̀nà gbà wá, ká má tọ́jú ayé mọ́lẹ̀, ká má taṣọ àgbà mọ́lẹ̀, ká má bí ayé nínú, ká má rí jà àwọn ẹlẹ́yẹ. Ẹ̀yọ́nú yín la béèrè fún. Ẹ̀yọ́nú yín, ẹ̀yọ́nú Ọlọ́run bá, ẹ̀yọ́nú gbogbo ènìyàn òun ni ká máa rí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n ní àdáṣe ní mú mọ́, ìbà gbọ́dọ̀ mú ọmọ ènìyàn. Kò ní hun wá torí pé àwa ò dá ṣe. Wọ́n ní àbálá alágẹmọ máa ń dá, òrìṣà òkè ló ń fàṣẹ sí. Èmi àti yín a tún ti dábàá lẹ́yìn, òrìṣà òkè bẹ́ẹ̀ ti bá wa fàṣẹ sí. Ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣẹ. Ifá ó bá wa ṣe, k'Elédùmarè ó bá wa ṣe. Àwọn tó ṣàwó kù sẹ́yìn kó bá wa ṣe. Ifá ti gbé àwọn ará wájú, Ifá gbè wá hàn. Ìṣẹ̀ṣe ti gbé àwọn tó lọ níwájú, ìṣẹ̀ṣe á gbè wá. Ìṣẹ̀ṣe ti gbé àwọn aláṣẹkù lọ ṣe gbé láwa lọ́wọ́, ìṣẹ̀ṣe á gbè wá. Kò ní torí èmi àti yín kò ní bàjẹ́. Ifá gbè wá, ìṣẹ̀ṣe á gbè wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Until tomorrow when you will join me again, 6 a.m. Nigerian time, 1 a.m. on the AST. This is Ashe for today, and I am your host, Iyanifa Ewa. Títí ọ̀la náà, ire báyìí òun la máa bára wa ṣe o. Àṣẹ. Àṣẹ, àṣẹ.